11 new cases were announced in this morning's report. 9 of these are locally acquired. 6 we announced yesterday, and therefore 3 that I can newly announce today.
With just a couple of days until Victoria's 7-day lockdown is due to end, the state's health detectives are facing what they say is the fastest moving outbreak yet.
What we're seeing now clearly is people who are brushing past each other in a small shop. They're going around a display home. They're looking at phones in a Telstra shop. This is relatively speaking, they don't know each other's names. And that's very different from where we've been before.
And clear signals that the virus may still be circulating in the community.
There continues to be significant concerns around ongoing transmission in particularly our northern suburbs.
After the revelation that many workers at Commonwealth-run aged care sites haven't been vaccinated, the state government is stepping in with priority access at vaccination hubs.
We'll be undertaking a 5-day vaccine blitz to ensure workers in these vulnerable settings are protected against coronavirus.
And confirmation that the mystery infection of a worker at an R-Care aged care facility has been linked to the current northern suburbs cluster.
The genomic sequencing has confirmed that that case is directly linked to the South Australian hotel outbreak, and that is at least confirming in our mind that this is all the one related cluster.
But missing from today's update, any word on when Victoria's lockdown will lift.
We are making significant inroads, but we are not yet in a position to make that call, and as soon as we are, we'll be certainly coming out and sharing that with all Victorians.
Well, we await that call. Vyom, I'm interested in your thoughts on this fleeting transmission that they're talking about, that people are just bumping past each other and somehow contracting COVID in that way. Does this come as a bit of a development for you?
Not really. I mean, we know for a fact that there's a lot of new variants out and some of them can be more transmissible. This one very likely is. The thing is, we don't know how much. So on one hand, we're talking about even fleeting contact, meaning that people can get infected. That may be more of a feature with this variant, but to me, this is nothing new even about your regular old COVID-19. If anything, this should just really cement in people's minds even more the idea that this is very contagious. You know, if you've got symptoms, you need to get tested straight away, and you can forget all that stuff about, oh, but I spent, under 15 minutes with this person.
Oh, because that's how they used to do it, isn't it?
Exactly.
Used to be if you,
yeah, and this concept of, well, I stood 2 metres back and I've got a sniffle, and so it can't surely be COVID. No, you've just got to forget all that stuff. This is very contagious. Even brief contact is enough because this spreads through the air. Just get tested.
What do you make of the lockdown in Melbourne? Do you think it'll be extended?
Look, I think it's looking like it may well be extended, and regardless of whether or not it is, I know that this outbreak is going to be mopped up. My concern is more about what happens when we come out of this lockdown, and I feel like we're just back at square one. Mostly this unvaccinated population, any outbreak could put us under threat. So I'm really hoping that any and all of the attention of the federal and state governments can go towards vaccinating us as quickly as possible.
With so much content online, it's sometimes hard to keep up with it all. And let's face it, who has the time? The Project YouTube has you covered with the stories that matter. Hit subscribe for a daily list of the news that you need to know.